Well, the farmer is the most valuable resource on any operation, and it is why the National Education Center for Ag Safety is putting the focus on farm safety this week.
For years and years, unfortunately, agriculture has led the nation in injuries and fatalities. That is in part due to the family farm is exempt from any and all OSHA rules that are out there. So that all takes its toll. We're happy to see that the number of injuries and fatalities are falling. I first started doing ag safety back in the year 2000, and we were averaging about 730 fatalities then. The last year we have data for is 2021, and there were 453 fatalities, so we're going in the right direction. Unfortunately, we're never going to reach zero during my working lifetime to be able to do that. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us.
Well, Farmer Safety and Health Week, one of the longest presidential proclamation weeks in the nation. FDR signed the first one back in 1944. And it's happened every year since. Well, joining us for National Farm Safety and Health Week, Carrie Klumb with the Minnesota Department of Health. She's going to be highlighting resources and recommendations to help keep you and your family protected while working on the farm. Carrie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that. Tell us a little bit about your work at the Minnesota Department of Health.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on this morning. So I do work at the Minnesota Department of Health, and I'm in the Zoonotic Diseases Unit. And it's a really unique unit because we focus on diseases that can make both animals and people sick. So I've been working in this unit at that human-animal interface for 12 years now, and I get to do a lot of different things in my job that I really enjoy. So I like the variety. I do have to investigate outbreaks related to public animal contact venues, and that part is never very much fun. But I also do outreach and education to farmers, county fairs, and I work with our Minnesota 4-H to teach kids. I also have the opportunity to do some research to learn more about infectious disease occupational health risks associated with farming or living on a farm.
Now, speaking of that, Carrie, I know you're going to be hosting a webinar about preventing the spread of infectious disease. Talk about the importance of this topic and what people should really learn. I wanted to ask you, too, if there was a specific thing that really stands out when it comes to infectious disease, among other things.
Yeah, so I will be giving a webinar in just about 25 minutes here about that topic. So I think, one of the things is that people are really familiar with things like tractor and silo safety, but something that doesn't get thought about a lot is infectious disease risk on farms, both for farmers, their family members, their workers, and people that might visit the farm. So we actually did a research study in Minnesota that showed that if you live or work on a farm, you're 8 times more likely to get sick with a diarrheal-causing illness than those who don't live or work on a farm. So that's something that's definitely an underappreciated occupational health hazard. And those germs that cause diarrheal illnesses for people are natural parts of the gut flora for our livestock and poultry. So it's something that doesn't make our animals sick, but can make us sick. And we can also have visitors that come out to the farm and have never been exposed to these germs before and get sick as a result of that as well.
So really what it comes down to, can this just be washing your hands? Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, so that is one of the main things that we recommend is, first understanding the crux of the problem is that healthy, well-cared-for animals can have these germs. It doesn't make the animal sick. It can make us sick. So when we're done visiting the animals, even if we've only been in the environment and not touched them, we want people to wash their hands. We also want people, if they're going to be out at your farm and eating out there, to eat first and then visit the animals. We really want to keep people's hands out of their mouth because that's how you get sick. You ingest the germs that come from the animal's manure. And so if we can keep people's hands out of their mouths, keep their hands clean, then we can really reduce the risk of people getting sick.
Carrie, real quick, I know you got to go host the webinar. Where can people watch you?
Sure. Yep. So you can find the webinar on agrsafe.org/NFSHW, or if you can't catch it at 11 o'clock today, it'll be in the AgriSafe Learning Lab. They're going to record all of the webinars.
Great stuff, Carrie. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Carrie Klumb with the Minnesota Department of Health.